Welcome to this learning video. Today we will talk about the European Union.
The vision of the unit Europe. Europe in 1945 was designed to work. Most of the next decade was spent recurring with help from the United States for the Marshall Plan. But already, two French leaders, James Monnet and Robert Schuman, were developing a plan to implement the idea of functionalism in Europe. That future will could be pertained be creating economic linkings, the world eventually being a state to a political. The use involved were methods for engineers and technical experts and did not pertain politically. Since 1952, technical experts have served as the leader of the integration process in other aspects of European life and youth outside Europe. Of course, coal and steel were the chosen by accident signs but were essential to make it work. International scientific communities deserve special mention in this regard. If German and French steel experts have more in common than German and French politicals, this is even true of scientific. Today, in the Europe, scientific community is one of the most international integrated areas of society. For example, the unit Europe operated in European Space Agency of the European Molecular Biology Laboratory, a full technical cooperation society in 1952. Political and military cooperation proved much more difficult. In likewise, the vision of a unit Europe, the six ACSC states signed a second treaty in 1952 to create an European defense community to work toward integrating Europe's military forces under one budget and command. But the French government failed to ratify the treaty, and Britain refused to join and join such a force. The ACSC states also difficult discussion formation of a European political community in 1953, but called New Red and its term.
I'm going to talk about the Treaty of Rome. The Treaty of Rome has been the most important treaty of the European Union. Was signed for French, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Belgium. It is important to know that were created two important organizations. The first was the European Atomic Energy Community, or Euratom, was formed to coordinate the nuclear power development by pooling investment and research. The other organization was the European Economic Community, but nowadays this organization is called the European Community. The most important objective of the Treaty of Rome was the European integration. The European integration will be achieved according to four important elements. The first was a free trade area. The second element was a custom union. Participating states adopt a unified set of tariffs with regard to goods coming in from outside of the free trade area. With a unified tariff, each type of good could be imported inside of the states. Then this kind of goods is going to be re-exported to other countries. The other element was a common market. That means, in addition to a custom union, member states allow labor and capital flows freely across borders. And the last one was an economic and monetary union. Every state will change their currency for a common currency, and this currency nowadays is the euro. In conclusion, we can say that the Treaty of Rome has changed many economic policies because the most important objective is the European integration.
In this part of the video, we will talk about the structure of the European Union. Inside of the structure of the European Union, there are people that are called the bureaucrats. They care more about the technical problem solving than the political ones, and they follow the functionalist plan. The bureaucrats are more than 25,000 people organized under the European Commission. The European Commission is one institution located in Brussels, Belgium. It has 27 individual members, and they are chosen for 4 years in renewable terms. That means that when the 4 years are finished, they are able to be re-elected. They are the ones in charge to identify problems and to propose solutions to the Council of the European Union because they represent the supranational interests of the entire Europe. They do not represent just their own state interests. Another institution that we can mention is the Council of the European Union. This was created at first with the name of the Council of Ministers. In this council is a meeting in which the economic ministers, the foreign ministers, the agriculture ministers, and others got together in order to resolve problems. One example that we can mention of this council of a successful action that they did happened in 2009 when the 27 energy ministers got together in order to continue with the natural gas supplies from Russia that had been shut off because of the dispute with Ukraine. Important facts that we should note about the Council of the European Union is that this council has a rotating presidency with limited power. This council is the one that approves the policies of the European Commission and is the one that gives its general directions. And also this council gives priority to technical problems rather than political ones. Another important institution is the European Council. This was created for the state leaders to have a place for themselves. They have 28 members with its presidents, and they got together with the European Commission president twice a year. They are the ones with the capability of getting things done in their respective national governments because they have most of the control of the money and the power in Europe. Another important institution is the European Parliament. The European Parliament was created in order to generate a true legislature passing laws all over Europe. The European Parliament, it approves the budget of the European Commission, and it also shares power with the European Council under a co-decision procedure in areas like health, employment, migration, and consumer protection. It also is important to mention that the European Parliament serves as a debating forum for problems, and also it represents a symbol of a united Europe. And last but not least is the European Court of Justice that is located in Luxembourg. It has established its jurisdiction and it does not serve as a mechanism of international mediation law because it can just regulate the laws of the members of the European Union.
We know the European Union was created after the World War II and had a long process to be the one that we know in the present. We have seen the vision of the United Europe, the importance and objectives of the Treaty of Rome, and how this helps into the creation of a big union. And also, we have seen the structure of the European Union with each commission and functions. But at the last point of this video, we will talk about a little of the Single European Act. The European integration has passed by a long process to constitute the European Union with an excellent result. We will talk about two important points in the Single European Act. The first one is the common market in Europe. This was built by the revision of the Treaty of Rome. With this began an important phase. In 1992, the European Commission were able to approve the tariff barriers to free trade in goods, service, labor, and capitals. A good example of the common market was when exists a dispute between Belgium and Britain with other countries. Belgium was the first country producing chocolate and cocoa, but Britain was doing the same but with a cheaper process. So, Belgium economies was in danger with the competitor Britain. In this case, the European members decide to unify standards between the countries members for had a regulation in the food area. The second important point is the creation of the European Central Bank. In this was in Frankfurt, Germany. This big step helped to the European Union to establish a single currency and monetary system. So, in 1992 was a political and economical integration in this area.